Alright, yo, what it do, YouTube? Boy, now I'm fucking little 904, aka we not finna get into all that, man. We finna talk about my favorite team in Jacksonville Jaguars. And we finna talk about my favorite player on the team, James Robinson. Finna watch his highlights, man. Now, James Robinson was a rookie running back this year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you did not know, amongst a couple other nice rookie running backs in the league, such as Jonathan Taylor for the Colts, J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens, Alaire for the Chiefs. You had Zach Moss over there with the Bills. You had DeAndre Swift. You know what I mean? Probably some other rookie running backs that's not coming to the top of my head. But my favorite, and I feel like the best out of all of them, was definitely Robinson, man. He was the most complete back, in my opinion. But I only really watched the Jaguars game. I watched the other games, but like I don't really pay attention as much as I paid to the Jaguars games. But he's a pretty complete back. Only thing that he really lacks for real is like that NFL speed. Like, I know players like Taylor have that speed. Dobbins is a pretty fast back. Well, he's faster than Robinson. So we're gonna look into the highlights, man. We're gonna look into his stats, man. We're gonna go into that. Bro, I remember watching this game week one, bro. I was so turned because all the reports said the Jaguars was gonna be the worst team in the league, which we were. You know what I mean? Granted, but still, week one, you got something to prove at least. But look at that vision, bro. Just look at his vision. I feel like that's his biggest ability or biggest asset, I'd say, is his vision. You know what I mean? That's something we didn't have with Fournette. Fournette would just run into the back of his O-line. Look at him. Very decisive runner. He sees a hole, he's going to take it. You know what I mean? Probably somebody like Taylor or Dobbins take that to the crib, man. But we got James Robinson. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Undrafted, dominant in the rough. And he catch out the backfield, can block. You know what I mean?
Well, James
A
Robinson,
true three-down back.
Do a lot of different things.
Let's look at that, man. Let's look at that. That's amazing. Inspirational.
And him finding the hole, being able to come back, cut back.
And the thing is, bro, the Jaguars' offensive line they ain't no stars out there, you know what I mean? They have a couple good players. Ooh, man. They have a couple good people up there at the line. You know what I mean? They got Linder and Norwell. Norwell's straight. Cam Robinson straight. Juwan Taylor straight. Like, they're in pass protection, they're absolutely. There's better players out there, I'd say. But running, you know what I mean? They're pretty straight. Run blocking. I think AJ Can, or AJ Khan, however you want to say his last name. He's straight, serviceable. Definitely got no Pro Bowlers or no first all teams out there, though. That's a tough runner, bro. And he doesn't do a whole lot of celebrating, you know what I mean? He doesn't do a whole lot of talking to the media. He just goes to work. Every single week, he just goes to work. And I think the one thing that hurt him as far as stats is the fact that he missed the last 2 weeks of the NFL season. He had like a swollen ankle that he had got in week 15. And that kind of skewed his stat. He definitely, I feel like he definitely would have had 1,100 yards at least. Rushing, that is. 1,100 yards rushing.
He thinks he got in,
but with the Jaguars having a number 1 overall pick, more than likely they're going to take Trevor Lawrence, and having a good running game and running back, you know what I mean, to help out Trevor Lawrence and alleviate him from having to throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. That's going to be crucial. And also another big thing I think that that kind of hurt James Robinson is that the Jaguars were losing majority of their games. I mean, we lost 15 of games, of course, but like they were losing the majority of the games. So you can't, you know what I mean, when you down 2, 3 touchdowns or 3, 4 touchdowns, you can't really, you know what I mean, keep up with the running game. You're going to have to throw that thing. It cause a lot of 3-and-outs, you know what I mean. You can't really get in the rhythm. So yeah, man. He's great. I like him. A lot of Jags fans try to compare him to MJD. I don't see, if you want to talk about receiving, decisiveness, and you know what I mean, run blocking, okay. You know what I mean, but there's things that Maurice Jones-Drew was able to do that I just haven't seen out of James Robinson yet. I mean, I just gotta see more film. But I like him. He's my, like I said, he's my favorite Jaguar so far. And I think with him being out those last 2 weeks wasn't like an injury concern. Like, yeah, he had a swollen ankle. But say if the Jaguars were in playoff contention, they need those last 2 games. I feel like he could have played. But when you're 1-13, there's no point in bringing your the bright spot of your offense out there just to get injured further.
Out of bounds. It was stacked up. And then as he hurdles over Nelson on the attempted tackle,
He's just exciting.
Let's go for it.
And there's a lot of times, bro, where like he'll have I mean, it'll look like he should get like 0 yards and negative gains, but he just goes out there and make a play.
See what they've done in divisional games since Flores took over. Robinson getting to the second level. Robinson breaking free.
And so he ain't got that speed, man, but he gonna get up there.
But they have to get him into the end zone down 8. Robinson.
Oh, this was amazing. This was an amazing play. That's just wanting more.
Ben Barnes,
that is just wanting it more.
And company, and look at everybody just push.
When Chenault is out right now, Colin Johnson is in at the other wideout. Robinson desperately trying to fight his way to the sideline.
That boy let her hurdle.
Probably going to follow that fullback.
Robinson
Easy.
tries to burrow his way in, and he does. Touchdown, Jacksonville with 1:08.
That Vikings game was a winnable game, but I can understand the tank.
Minshew 5 of 7 for 48 yards and a touchdown on the first drive. Here's Robinson, his first.
Nice. I think this game he didn't really have that good of a game. I think that was his best run of the game.
Tennessee territory.
That's good. 25, 30 yards.
3rd and 4.
This was nasty.
Looking for Robinson.
That was a great throw, though.
Oh, what a
I ain't
catch.
gonna count. Yeah, I mean, people get on Minshew. That was a great throw.
Wow, what a
Yeah,
play. Off a great throw from Minshew, Robinson gets in.
You know, when Robinson was split out to the left and Gardner brought him in, and you could see the urgency
Let
because
him.
the play clock is going
I
down.
mean, that was man. Hey, Bowser. Let's go ahead and look at his stats a little bit. So, like I said, he had 1,000 yards rushing. You know what I mean? As a rookie, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? He was top 5th in rushing. 7 TDs, 4.5 yards per carry, which is, you know what I mean, really good. You know what I mean? Looking at the rest of his stats, I think receiving, he had 344 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns, average 7 yards a pop, and only 1 fumble. When was that fumble? Was that the Vikings? If that couldn't be the Vikings game. When did he fumble? I'm trying to think. I think it was the Dolphins game. He fumbled. But that's neither here nor there, man. Let me know what y'all think about James Robinson. If you're a Jaguars fan, let me know, man. DTWD to the we dog, man. But it's Will Henry on the floor. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the video. I may drop another NBA game highlight later today. But it's Will Henry on the floor. And I'm out. Peace.